Everybody, you must subscribe. Anyways, we're gonna be looking at why Drake is getting cooked right now, because he is, and he has yet to make a response. It was actually scary what happened to him. I sort of feel bad, but Kendrick's like he's just killing people at this point. Who knows? J. Cole, you might not be safe.
Drake. I think we all know Drake at this point. This dude is unescapable. Drake is everywhere, no matter where you go. The amount of times I've heard Hotline Bling, One Dance, and all these other songs on the radio growing up is just inescapable. Drake has the music industry in a chokehold. But as of recently, the rap civil war has gone haywire, and Drake is the main target. Drake is saying he is in a 20v1 situation at the moment. So that's the question that I wanted to answer in today's video. Why is Drake so loved by the fans, but why is he also so hated by a bunch of rappers in the industry? Now in the 2010s, Drake and a few other people would just throw subliminals at each other back and forth. It didn't really evolve into anything more until Metro Boomin dropped his album in 2022, Heroes and Villains. And some people might be asking, why is this project such a big deal in this whole rap civil war? And it's because Drake was not on the album. All the Drake fans were distraught. No, my Pookie Bear Drake. And a few months before Drake dropped,
Drake fans just be like defending him so hard, and it's kind of funny.
his collab album with 21 Savage. Now, Drake is known to be zesty and emotional. It's a whole meme on the internet. But Metro basically told him that we're good. You know, we got everything we need. A lot of people did not mess with Drake at all on this album, so it just wouldn't have been fitting. But Drake did not take too kindly to this. This dude is not used to rejection at all. I mean, he is literally one of the top rappers in the world right now. The fact that Metro said, nah, bro, we're done, that was probably a huge blow to his ego. But Drake's album, Her Loss with 21, won Album of the Year over Heroes and Villains. There were so many big artists on Heroes and Villains, and that's why so many people expected it to win Album of the Year. But Metro put out a tweet claiming that, like, award shows are all just politics, and it seems like it's aimed in favor of these big artists that are loved by the industry. Like,
that's fair, though. That's, like, a fair thing to say. Award shows don't mean as much as they used to because everything has gotten so political nowadays. And when I say everything, I mean everything.
Like Drake, for example. But of course, the tension was rising between them already, but obviously Drake was not happy again. I mean, are we really surprised? But Metro deleted it because, I don't know, he was probably just mad in the moment. But Drake took this as a challenge. So when he was in his live streaming era, his I need the max win era or whatever the fuck, he called him out on stream. Not directly, but a subliminal shot like he's been doing for years. And now, as you all know, Drake made a huge mistake in this situation because you already know what happens when young Metro does not trust you. Neither does Future. This dude dropped a whole collab tape with Future in 2016. I was a huge fan of this shit when it dropped, even as a fucking middle schooler. In October of 2023, Drake dropped For All the Dogs, and J. Cole was on it. And in the song First Person Shooter, he dissed Kendrick. He brought up the big three: Aubrey Graham, Kendrick, and J. Cole. Like, they debate, like, who is the best rapper, right? And J. Cole said, fuck all that shit. It's me. He said he was feeling like Muhammad Ali. But months later, in late March of this year, Metro dropped We Don't Trust You, and it had so many albums on it, and the whole thing was a diss at Drake. But Kendrick also dissed J. Cole as well. He said, motherfuck the big three, it's just Big Me. Then J. Cole made a Kendrick Lamar diss track. It was called 7 Minute Drill. If J. Cole never made this decision, he might have been cooked, because he would have been in Aubrey's place. You know, as you can see, yeah, things are not going too great for Aubrey right now. So J. Cole decided, you know what, man, I'm making peace, and he apologized at one of his shows. Now, everybody was memeing on it.
They meme on him for, like, the first, like, day or two, and then after that, you know, things got wild. So J. Cole is the real winner here. There's no other winner. Everyone loses except J. Cole.
on him for. They were like, oh, why are you apologizing? You're supposed to be this big, tough rapper. But in all honesty, it was probably for the best that J. Cole decided to stay out of it. Because, I mean, at this point in the diss war, which we're going to get to later, Aubrey Graham is getting cooked. And a few weeks later, Metro dropped We Still Don't Trust You. Just more songs dissing Drake. This album included artists such as Future, The Weeknd, even Cardi, Kendrick, of course, Travis Scott, Rick Ross, and A$AP Rock, just to name a few. But that's when Drake dropped Push Ups and dissed everybody that had a part in dissing him on that album. And one of the most notable lines, he just said, Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. Now, it's probably one of the biggest memes on the internet right now, but Metro wasn't done yet. He was cooking.
The whole beef thing is pretty funny, but the only way that I feel that it's gonna get settled is one person apologize, which, let's be honest, Drake isn't apologizing and Kendrick's not apologizing. So they're gonna have to meet in person eventually. And so I don't know what's gonna happen in person, but you know, things might happen.
Up some drums. And one of the most notable disses in the song is that apparently Kendrick has a size 7 shoe. Nobody says I have a size 7 shoe in front of like millions of people and then just gets away with it. Nobody is gonna sit there and take that disrespect. And he also accused Kendrick of Chris Browning his wife. But then after Drake said that, it was not just, oh, fuck the big 3, big me, size 7 shoe, all fun and jokes. Shit got fucking personal. So Kendrick obviously had to make a response. But Drake, just something about him. I don't know. He's just low-hanging fruit. That's why this is gonna be the easiest response in the world. But Drake did something even dumber in the process. He dropped a song with an AI Tupac and Snoop Dogg voice. Like, why the fuck would he do that? Like, who let this slide on the label? Like, oh yeah, guys, we should just get an AI voice of a deceased rapper on the track. Like, who the fuck thought that was a good idea? They had to take it down, and Drake got clowned for it, as to nobody's surprise. At this point, Kendrick hasn't really said anything, but he was cooking up behind the scenes. Then Kendrick dropped Euphoria. And basically in this song at the beginning, he was saying, Drake, I don't know, man, we don't gotta make this personal. Like, I know shit about you that will make Gunna look like a saint. And of course, Drake's known for being soft and shit. So Kendrick was questioning, why is Aubrey Graham saying the N-word? He ended the song basically saying, Drake, we don't want to hear that shit from you anymore. He was basically revoking the past from him. And I mean, I don't know, man. Drake, this dude is not the person that should be talking about killing people. He has no ops. Just look at the way he's walking here. But literally that same day, Kendrick dropped 616 in LA. And basically in this song, Kendrick was telling him, bro, I have a lot of dirt on you. He's basically telling him that all this information about him is getting leaked to him currently. There was somebody in the group that was feeding him this information. And he told bro he can't 2C slide his way out of this one like he's done. So we know the pot is gonna keep getting stirred. Like, Kendrick is just gonna keep going. Now a bunch of shit is about to get out to the public that nobody knew. This was just a couple days ago. Drake responded with Family Matters. Now this song, he had a video where he crushed the Mad City van. And in this song, he's basically alleging that Kendrick's son is actually the son of Dave Free. And that's why he never posts pictures with his son online or anything like that. And that was Drake's big home run hitter for the song. He thought that was gonna be the one, man. Like, Kendrick was
Kendrick's so like, jeez, bro. You sit there and you think that that's the one. That's the one. It's over. And then it's just not. And I don't think it will be for a while.
Was cooked after this one. But not even kidding you, minutes later, Kendrick had a response time of 10 business minutes. He dropped Meet the Grams. So at this point, nobody cared about this new Drake diss and how he crushed the Mad City van. Like, that's all great, you know? But Kendrick just dropped, and that's what people wanted to hear about. That song went from Drake saying, hey, you're a size 7 shoe, to Kendrick saying, yeah, I want you to fucking die. This whole diss war was a crazy transition. But Meet the Grams was an attack on his character. He was talking about how he's a terrible father, not responsive. He calls him a PDF file, and even tells LeBron and Curry to keep his children away from him. And he also reveals that Drake apparently has a 10-year-old daughter that I don't think he's ever spoken to. But probably the most hitting lyric at the end of the song was, fuck a rap battle, this is a long life battle with yourself. He's basically saying even though he has
Dang.
all this fame and money, all the girls like him or whatever, and he was saying none of this shit matters if you have a horrible sense of values and character and you just hate yourself. And that basically he uses fame as like a cope or a distraction. Then Drake posts a story like, guys, can somebody find my hidden daughter? Like, he completely ignores the fact that Kendrick was calling him a PDF file and a bunch of people he's surrounded with. And when Drake interviewed DJ Academics, he said this: if you or anybody could find proof that I have an 11-year-old daughter, I'll quit rapping and I'll come work for you. And literally a day later, Kendrick...
That's wild, bro. I didn't hear about that. Jeez. Not... And a day later.
already dropped another song. And the cover was basically showing Drake's house with a bunch of red markers on it. And what this means is if you are on an offender list and you are doing weird stuff with children, that is the marker that would be on your house, because every offender is required to state that they legally are one. And now in this song, Kendrick did not talk about the whole daughter thing. And the reason why is because Drake said he apparently was being fed fake information that whole time. I've been bumping this song a lot, bro. It's actually hard. The way he came on this beat was crazy. One guy in specific that he brought up in his crew, I guess his name is Baka, and he has a lot of accusations on his head. He was saying OVO is all weirdos. That's why there's like so many markers on the house. He's just out here spawn camping with a bunch of weirdos. And yesterday at the time of me recording this, Drake dropped again. And basically in this song, he was in defense mode. He was basically trying to give a response for all the videos surfacing on Twitter and what Kendrick was saying. Kind of said it in like a weird ass way.
So really, he was on damage control. He was trying to save all that he has for right now.
It was like, I would be too famous to be a weirdo. I don't know where the logic was here. Like, P. Diddy exists, bro. You're not safe from this shit, Drake. Just because you have ties in the music industry and you're famous. That doesn't mean you get a free pass and you're just good to go. Another thing that he said that I thought was pretty weird. He said, the Epstein angle I was expecting. Drake, are you self-reporting? Like, what the hell is going on? He denied it, but you gotta give more of a response than just, nah, I didn't do it. I'm too famous for that. He didn't really address much, which led to a lot of dislikes on this one. But the funniest part about this whole thing is that Metro actually made drums. Metro made some fire drums to a sample of somebody just saying BBL Drizzy. That shit was actually he. Kendrick is probably gonna drop today, and this is where we currently stand. Will Drake respond to all the heat towards him? And that is the story how Drake became one of the most hated rappers among his peers. Drake. I think we all know.
That's sad. Not Drake, bro. He's going down. This can't happen. But you know what can happen? Is that you need to subscribe right now or else.